Welcome back to the New York Sports Exchange, episode number 133. And we have a Final Four, but it doesn't include Duke, which I'm very upset about.
Bama stand. Bama.
Don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. Hey, we said Bama could win that game easily.
That's what I said they were going to win.
I said they were going to win.
All right, I guess we both did. No, maybe. You said UNC. I said Bama was going to win. I'm going to get the clip.
Okay, all right, get the clip ready. All right. Final Four set, UConn, Alabama, Purdue, NC State, which means Duke's season is over. I will recap that unfortunate circumstance. Opening day. On the bright side, Yankees are 6-1. Going into the off day, going into the home opener. The Mets, they're winning. They're winning right now.
But they're 0-4. Instead, I really thought it was going to be the pitching, but apparently they can't hit either. So, it really just comes down to being bad at baseball, and that's where we're at right now.
And they also don't know how to break up double plays.
It's not ideal right now, but you know what? Might as well get the losses out early. Get the losses out early. Last time they started 0-4, they finished 83 and 79. So,
is that what you really want, though?
No. But honestly, that's better than I expected. I mean, let's be real here. We just signed Julio Teheran. Like, it's not looking good.
Someone, I forget who it was. Someone tweeted like Teheran highlights. I was like, number one, that's during the Obama administration. Number two, that's Nick Castellanos and the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, it's just he hasn't been good for years, so I'm not really sure what the plan is here, but we'll see.
Hockey, Rangers and Devils. That was a barn burner. Holy shit!
What a game! What a game!
Hockey's back.
The Isles side of things. They're alive, baby. They're somehow alive. It really doesn't make sense. If they win tonight, that's 3 in a row. They got Columbus. I mean, they should. If they do, Pittsburgh wins. We're in a playoff spot. I mean, it's a weird time to be an Isles fan. Let's be honest here, but we're fighting tooth and nail, and I love it.
There we go. Just had to get the phone charger out of the way there. Basketball, some bad news for Knick fans. Julius Randle has elected to undergo season-ending shoulder surgery. He will be reevaluated in 5 months. It hurts.
Right around playoff time. That's not good. That's a big offensive spark for you. Yeah, that's not good.
It hurts. It hurts a lot. Especially with how far they're dropping in the standings right now. It's not
looking great. It's not ideal.
It isn't ideal. For once we thought the Garden was Eden, and it wasn't.
It'll always be TD.
So, yeah, shut the fuck up.
Let's just start. Anyway. You know what, Stan? Let's get to the biggest news out of them all. Stefon Diggs is no longer a Buffalo Bill.
Oh, shit. I'm such an idiot. Yeah, Stefon Diggs is a Houston Texan, for God's sake. I feel like there's always... Yeah, we'll start with Stefon Diggs. I feel like there's always been smoke with Stefon Diggs these last couple of years, where it's sort of like... How do I put this? There's always like rumors about it, but then those rumors always get shot down. Like it happened last summer. It happened the summer before. I just would have never have thought it would come to fruition. The fact that he would get traded.
No, again. Neither did I. And he got moved for a second, I think a fifth and a sixth, which the Bills immediately flipped for something. I'm not sure what they got in return. But, I mean, it feels like a Kyrie Irving situation back with Cleveland. I think he was kind of sick. Well, I mean, they were losing a little bit. They never really got it done. But I think he was kind of sick of being overshadowed. I mean, the media was saying, Josh Allen didn't need him, and he was only being successful because of Allen. I think it was really time for him to get out of there. And I think he's going to flourish in Houston. I mean, their offense they got weapons, Stan.
Yeah, they do. They do have major weapons. They're without a doubt an easy favorite to win the division.
I'm sorry, Jaguars fans.
I know. Sorry, Jacksonville. You had your 1 year. You had your moment.
And they blew it.
And it vanished. You had that one moment. You were down. What was it? What were they down? Like 31-0 against the Chargers. They came back and won.
Yeah, I don't know. They blew it.
I had Jags money line too. That was awesome. Yeah. So CJ Stroud's definitely got to have weapons. And now people with the whole like Mahomes versus whoever is the next Brady Manning. I feel like the Peyton Manning role has been changed at least 5 times. Because at
Yeah,
first it was Mahomes and Allen, then it was Mahomes and Burrow, then at one point it was Mahomes and Jackson, and then now it's Mahomes and Stroud. Like
it's
this
Mahomes
is
versus everyone else right now, and I think Houston has a real shot. I don't know.
they,
They were good
if,
defensively last year. They got better if they draft
oh
well.
yeah,
Their offense really doesn't need any weapons. The O line's nice. C.J. Stroud had a phenomenal year. I don't see him taking a step back.
this is a well built team. This is a very well built
And
team. And
you know what
Will
we're
Anderson
seeing?
in year 2.
Yeah, and you know what, Stan? You know what we're seeing? We're seeing a lot of like very quick turnaround rebuilds for teams. You look at Houston, you look at Green Bay. I think it's you find your guy, you get that quarterback, you get a good O line, and things will fall into place. And it sucks because the Jets have been going through a rebuild for about 13 years, and the Giants sort of the same. So I'm not sure what we're doing wrong, but every other team seems to have it figured out.
I'm going into year 6 with Daniel Jones. Like, let's all be honest here. I'm low key kind of over it. There's so much. I mean, like, I don't want to like dissect into it and say like who won the trade because fuck it. I'll give a hot take. This is the Jets' division to lose. I'll say it.
That's what I'm saying. Jets are the biggest winners out of all of this. This is their division to lose now, and I think on paper they got a better offense than the Bills. They got a better defense. They got a better defense than Miami. Their offense now with Rodgers is comparable. This is really a scary Jets team if they can stay healthy and have a decent O-line.
Injuries.
But if they could stay healthy and have a good O-line, I don't know, Stan. I know the window's a little tight, but come on. You got to like it with Rodgers.
I like their chances with Aaron Rodgers as long as he doesn't get hurt, as long as Mike Williams doesn't get hurt, as long as anybody else does not get hurt. I think this is the Jets' division to lose. Who's Josh Allen throwing the ball to? I'm sorry. Like there's
Khalil
Shakir, like
whatever.
Curtis Samuel. Unless they're going to draft a receiver.
I think they're banking right now that their tight ends will be more like a Kelsey role, which I don't know.
We'll see. I'm and keep in mind too, the Texans have Joe Mixon as well. I completely forgot about that.
No, they're a good team. They're a real good team.
They're a good team, man. All right. Going to the Final Four. Final Four is set. We have UConn and Alabama, Purdue, and NC State. This is let's just talk about Duke for a second because I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this. Good win against Houston. The haters say that if Jamal Shed was hurt, it wasn't hurt, it'd be a different result. Do I believe that? Kinda, but I'm never going to admit it. I'm never going to admit it. A win's a win in March. A win is a win.
It didn't matter. Come down to the end. They ran into the hot train stand. NC State, also, they've won like 10 straight.
I know. But here's the thing with Duke and the whole Jamal Shed thing. In 2012, do you remember the game where Kevin Ware snapped his leg, obviously?
Yeah.
I think you remember that. Yes. Louisville, after that, looked like the 95-96 Bulls against Duke after their teammate just snapped his leg. So, injury or not.
I mean, that's a little bit of motivation, though. Dude's leg was sticking out of his body.
Yeah, I mean, their best player just freaking sprained his ankle.
Is Kevin Ware, was he really their best player?
I wouldn't say he was their best player. The best player in that team, surprisingly, was Gorgie Dang. That's a name. That's a name I completely forgot about. But I'm just going to... now let's go to the NC State game. First half was great. First half was really great. You're hitting your threes. You're playing good defense. You're basically executing the same game plan that you had the past 2 games against NC State, where you sort of just let DJ Burns get his, just let him feast, worry about the other 4 guys in the court, and just rely on your offense and make shots. The ACC
second half was not nice.
Yeah. The ACC tournament, that did not happen. And then in the second half of Sunday, that did not happen. I cannot believe I'm saying this. Let's just, of the top 5 Duke losses that I've had to endure, within the last like 10 years, this is without a doubt a top 5.
Yeah, there was a lot of hype around this Duke team. They seem to have somewhat of an easier path compared to these other teams getting here.
And you can talk about the path all you want. James Madison was a good team. Houston's a good team. Even without Jamal Shead, they're a very good team.
And but I'm just saying that it seemed like the stars were aligning, and then they let up 55 points in the second half to NC State.
Yeah, no, it is what it is. It is what it is. I think the fact that they even made the Elite Eight with this roster is a miracle within itself, because the worry going into that year was we don't really have a true 5. So I'm kind of just numb to it at this point. I mean, I feel like you're curious now. Do you want to hear my top 5 Duke losses that I've had to suffer through?
I mean, you seem like you want to tell me, so might as well.
All right, yeah, fine. Honorable mention 2012. No, not 2012. 2011 when they lost to Lehigh. It's an honorable mention because CJ McCollum is on that team, and there were no national championship aspirations for Duke that year, and really that team has just shined through the Austin Rivers buzzer beater against UNC. Number 5, Mercer, 2014. How do I put this? Basically the same thing as 2012, but Mercer did not have an NBA player. That's basically. I mean, come on, that white kid hitting the nay in celebration is just like, it's just like an image stuck in my head. I remember being in 5th grade in middle school, and this was back in the day when like kids still had flip phones.
Yeah,
I had a flip phone.
I mean, I had one too.
I just knew that Duke was just going to lose first round because they just didn't show any fight. And I just remember go my mom looking at me, and I'm like, I know they're losing. I don't even have to look at the score. I know they lost. And then she's like, how the fuck did you know? I'm like, I know. I just know. I just knew. Number 4, NC State. You're 7.5 point underdogs against an in-conference, in-state rival. You're up 7 at half. And then it all kind of just fell apart. And I'll leave it at that. Number 3, 2018, the Wendell Carter charge that should have been a charge, but instead was called a blocking foul. Came down to a last-second Grayson Allen shot, and Tim, the thought in my head was, this is his Christian Laettner moment, where it's like, okay, he's gonna hit the buzzer beater, he's gonna send his team to the Final Four, and he will forever live in Duke infamy. He will live in Duke infamy forever. He will be the he's already a top 3, but it solidified him as a top 3 most hated player ever, and he rimmed out, and that was bad. Number 2, Michigan State, 2019 Elite Eight. Cam Reddish plays that game. Different story. And it was the last time I ever saw Zion Williamson play basketball in a Duke uniform. I remember being at Yankee Stadium. My parents got right field line seats in the front row for their anniversary. And I remember there was a 2-hour rain delay. And I was just sweating the game on my phone watching it, and it was
not a good finish.
It wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. And I think you all know. I think you know what number 1 is. You know what number 1 is. I mean, people called me the next morning to make sure I was alive. I saw the text with my mom. She's like, "Are you up?" I go, "Unfortunately, yes." That's it. All right. Enough with the Duke lore. Cooper Flag season coming up next. I'm very excited for it. All right.
I mean, Stan, they were an 8 seed too.
Who?
You guys were
NC State.
No, UNC.
Oh yeah. UNC was an 8 seed. Yeah,
you guys were 2.
You're a 2 seed. It's just, I just can't stop thinking about it. All right. Let's go to the Final Four.
Second.
I know. I know. I know. Believe me, I know. Purdue is. It seems like the stars are aligning for a UConn Purdue Final Four.
Not going to happen. I think the exact opposite, Stan. I really do.
Tim.
I am playing with the hot hand.
Tim. Oh my God. Really?
Stan, I think this year is just a year of miracles for some of these teams, and I think the way NC State's been playing, are you really think they don't have a shot against Purdue? Really?
I mean, we said the same thing about Loyola Chicago in 2018, where they were like, "Oh, they're riding the hot hand, 11 seed going to the Elite Eight or going to the Final Four." And then the same thing was said about UCLA in 2021. They lose. I don't think a double-digit seed has ever won a game in the Final Four. VCU,
Stan, I look at who they've played to get here. I look at what they've done in these past few games. You beat UNC. You beat Marquette. You beat Duke. You beat Texas Tech. I mean, you can even go further back. They beat Duke before then. They are on fire. On fire.
Okay, I know they're on fire, but the thing is, I'm not gonna call it lucky. They're an 11 seed going to the Final Four. That takes skill. Look at the 3-point shooting percentages from the Texas Tech game to now. Texas Tech was a good offensive team. I think they shot like
Stan, 9
weren't-
straight wins, which include 2 against UNC, 2 against Duke, 1 against UVA, 1 against Syracuse, who was a good team. Louisville. Go up, Marquette, number 2 seed.
Louisville. Did you just say Louisville? Kenny Payne's Louisville.
Duke twice. UNC twice. I don't know. They are on fire. It just seems to me. But like was Loyola Chicago on this kind of a run when they got to this spot? I mean, who did they beat? They didn't beat teams like Duke to 10 straight to get there. Win their ACC tournament. Beat Duke twice. Beat UNC. Like these are top tier programs that they had to go through to get to this spot. And I've seen Zach Edey fall short. How many times now? Zach Edey? How many times?
Twice.
2 times. And how many years has been in college? Like 100.
He was a bench player on that when they lost to St. Peter's, but I'll spread the Edey hate and say twice.
I don't know. The way they're playing.
All right.
It's really hard for me not to see them winning.
I think it comes down to 3-point shooting because I'm not disregarding this NC State run. Texas Tech shot 22% from 3 in the first round game. Oakland, you gotta keep in mind too, they got a pretty favorable look. Let's just say if they play Kentucky, things might be different, but who knows? It's John Calipari in March. Oakland shot 34% from 3. All right, fair. Oakland's a good 3-point shooting team. Marquette shot 12% from 3. They're a good 3-point shooting team.
Okay, but then what does that say about their defense?
They're not even. But here's the thing: they weren't even hitting wide open threes. Marquette. They let the guys shoot. Duke shot 25% from 3 when they're one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the country. All I'm going to say is it's going to come down to 3-point shooting.
Okay,
if Braden Smith, Fletcher Lawyer, and Lance Jones all hitting a good amount of open standstill threes, Purdue dominates. If Purdue misses those threes, NC State has a chance.
Okay, but here's my thing. You're saying that there's a trend of teams shooting bad, 3-point percentage against them. This is 10 straight games of teams doing that. 10 times. I mean, they have forced bad shots for 10 straight games. They have forced bad good 3-point shooting teams who shoot bad for 10 straight games. Is it a coincidence that Duke does it twice? I don't know. UNC does it. Is that a coincidence? Who knows? That's early in a row. Now they go to the tournament. It's 4 times in a row now. This isn't a coincidence. This is a trend. This is a trend of what's going on. They're playing a good brand of basketball, forcing bad shots. Teams aren't hitting their threes, and they're winning games. If they can keep doing that, I see no problem with them winning this game. None.
Okay.
Because say Duke's in this spot, right? And you're going to take Duke because I know you're a Duke fan.
Yeah.
But even not, you would say what? They're a better 3-point shooting team, right? You'd probably take Duke in this spot. They can score the ball better.
They can score the ball better, but here's the thing: like Purdue is a pretty damn good 3-point shooting team as well. Like I wouldn't be worried. Here's the thing: if Duke played Purdue, I wouldn't be worried about the guards. I'd be more worried about who the fuck's going to guard Zach Edey.
Okay, fair enough. But now, even if we look to the others, now we're worried about the guards. I don't see it happening. I really don't. I mean, how many points is Braden Smith averaging per game?
In the tournament or overall?
Maybe just in general.
Because in the tournament, he's averaging like a double-double in points and assists. Like it's actually insane.
I mean, yeah, he's just giving it to Edey, scoring every time. I mean, I could average 10 assists.
Yeah. Braden Smith is averaging
all I'm saying is
12, 7, and 5, shooting 44% from 3.
Okay. All I'm
You're
saying
like,
is,
oh fuck.
no, I'm not, because again, there was what was Jerry McCann shoot from 3? 40%. There's guys who he put up 32. Obviously, yeah, great game. But you have other guys in
Yeah,
that team that shot a good percentage too that weren't hitting their threes. It's just, listen,
McCain
it,
shot 41% from 3.
all right, but that's if they can hold one guy to doing that, to scoring points, and that'll just be Edie. I'm just saying they're putting the ball in the hoop. They're scoring efficiently. They've been playing good defense. Teams really haven't been putting points up on them. They held Marquette to 58. Well, Oakland's Oakland. I'm not even going to worry about that. But
I mean,
Texas,
it's Oakland.
yeah, Texas 67. What was Duke? 64. I mean, they're keeping games low scoring. They're putting points. I'm just saying. I think you're discrediting them. I think you hate them because they beat Duke.
I'm not hating. I'm saying it. Here's a trend that I just saw. Since 2012, teams are 2-7 straight up and against the spread. The round after beating Duke in the tournament. They are also 3-10 straight up in the past 15 years.
You got to win sometime.
We'll see. Next up, UConn, Alabama. This is definitely going to be a very interesting matchup, solely based on the fact that these two, UConn's a more.
I can't wait to watch this game.
It's gonna be so good.
I love the way Alabama plays basketball so much. I love it, and I love watching them play. And they're cooking with it right now.
Did you see that clip of their practice?
No, what is it? Just like full court runs.
Literally just like a 3-man weave you do in like middle school basketball. Like it wasn't.
They're keeping it simple. They're letting them play offense. I love it. I love it so much. They have trust in their players. You know what? And it could be pure hatred for UConn because I don't want to see them win again. I mean, do you really want to? No. And I think.
I mean, a lot of Duke fans would not want to see UConn win this.
Stan, how electric?
I am not one of them.
How
because I like Danny Hurley, but yes, it would be pretty electric if Alabama goes to the fucking national championship and wins.
It's not even like I mean, it is Bama. Like that's a crazy part of it, but like the way they play basketball, that championship game is going to be like 110 to like 104, and it's just going to be the most electric championship game.
It's a big total, 160.5. Although it is a big spread at 11.5. Here's the thing. Here's what this game's going to come down to: is if UConn is able to stop this Alabama offense.
Nobody has been yet, though. Nobody has.
Nobody has. That's the thing. If UConn's able to, if UConn's able to play at their pace, that's the thing. It all comes down to pace. Because if this is a track meet, Alabama's got a good shot at winning this game. If Connecticut slows the pace down, if they're able to, run their offense, get shots up, like burn the shot clock, I think they dominate here. And plus, we got to remember UConn's non-conference schedule this year. It was tough. Their one loss was against Kansas at Allen Fieldhouse, where that's like the most impossible place to win on the road. So, and it came down to the last shot. So, I'm gonna take UConn. I'm gonna take UConn here, and I'll leave it at that.
Give me Bama.
Don't get pissed about nothing but the Tide, do ya?
Don't we? We just want to see the Tide win. I mean, everything's better when Bama's winning something in sports. I just think college sports in general just gets so much more exciting.
Yeah. Who is your national champion?
Well,
because by the time
if Bama wins this game, they're winning the national championship.
Oh my god. Yeah. I have a UConn Purdue national championship.
Roll Tide. Oh,
I have a
UConn. Yeah. Got a little jingle.
On a Tennessee Saturday night.
Roll Tide.
Did you see Willie at spring practice for Alabama?
No, what was it?
Oh my god, one of the defensive assistants had a walkie-talkie to call a play. And he's like, Willie, call the play. And he goes, Blitz, Bama, Blitz.
They're winning the national championship next year. If it's not Oregon, it's Bama.
It's DeBoer. All right, I have a UConn Purdue national championship.
Complete opposite.
I'm gonna ride the trend. UVA knocked out as a 1 seed against a 16. Next year won the national championship. I think Purdue does the same.
You know what? Good for you for taking it, Stan. But I think we both want. I think we both want to see Alabama win.
Oh, I would be very happy to see Alabama win. There is no doubt in my mind. But if Alabama, I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this. I put a future on Purdue, so
Fingers crossed.
I put a future on Purdue, so I'm really just like
roll up the wall.
I'm an Edey guy this weekend. I'm an all-in Zach Edey guy. Let's see. Want to talk some women's basketball? Let's say we got matchup of the year tomorrow.
Paige Beckers is getting it done. Call me crazy.
I think so too.
I think so too. 100%.
People forget Paige Becker's freshman year because it was a COVID year, and she was breaking every record known to man. And then she gets hurt for 2 seasons. I think she missed like I forget what it was. But she was injured her sophomore season, and then she tore her ACL in the summer workout, which made her miss all of last season. People forget
She's back.
And no disrespect to Caitlin Clark, but Paigey buckets, man. I'm excited.
So am I. I really think she wins this game.
This could be like a revenge factor, solely based on the fact that, like, you saw that story how, like, Caitlin Clark wanted to go to UConn and Gino was just like didn't show up to her game.
But you know what, Stan? I like the Paige Becker's return story a lot better.
I do too. Let me call my boy Connor, who is a big time women's basketball fan. I did bet on LSU and Iowa, or not. I bet on LSU and Iowa. That hit, thanks to Connor. I also bet on UConn as well to cover against USC. This shit's entertaining, man. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm texting
NC State beat USC?
No. Need picks for women's Final Four.
Give me UConn, USC. UConn winning it all. I really think they get it done.
I think South Carolina wins it. I think that this
Paige
is...
Paige and them.
That's insane. Paige and them. Unbelievable.
Aaliyah Edwards is pretty good too.
Aaliyah,
whatever.
Aaliyah Edwards. NIT final tonight. Shout out Nick Crocker, Seton Hall.
That's no one's watching that.
They're going up against what's his name? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in Indiana State.
Give me Indiana State by 1,000,000. That's a revenge tour for them. They should be in this tournament. They'd be in the Final Four.
I mean, it's a revenge tour for Seton Hall as well. They should have been in the tournament. They clearly should have been in the tournament. Anyway, I'm just sending the lines over to Connor, and we will have a women's pick hopefully during this episode. Moving on, opening day. Should we start off with the Mets, or should we save?
We can just get it out of the way early because there's not really much.
Okay,
they stink.
Okay, we need to talk about it though. The Rhys Hoskins situation. Was it dirty? Did you think that maybe McNeil overreacted because of the history? I need your. I think
when you
thoughts.
I think listen, there's a rule in place now. When you start your slide with no intention of hitting the bag, you're outside of the line. You have no intention of hitting the bag. No, not even. And this isn't even like a. I get it. It is a takeout slide. I get it, but they took that out of the game. There's a long history with these teams. Rhys Hoskins just tore his ACL. If this isn't the Mets, he's not doing that. Let's be honest here. Really, he's not doing that. And him giving the crying whatever face to McNeil, we don't like each other. All right, you can take the scum out of Philly. You can't take the Philly out of the scum. And he stinks. I hate him. He's the longest home run trot in MLB history against the Mets. I mean, there's just a long history of these guys not liking each other, and I think that just continued on the field. Do I think it was crazy dirty like Utley? No. And obviously...
Okay. Here's where I stand on this. Do I think that Rhys Hoskins... I don't think the slide... That's where I kind of like... I get that there's history, but I don't think that slide was dirty.
I think you got to look at where he started it. because he starts
Okay.
pretty close to the bag with no intention of getting to the bag, and it's outside the line. So his foot's not even going to the bag. It's outside the line. He's going for the knee.
Okay. I think that McNeil, if that was anybody else, he brushes that off. I think McNeil was more upset at the what
fact
could
that
have
it was-
happened.
I think he was more upset
And
that it
then
was Reese Hoskins.
And then what sent him over the edge was the fact that it was Reese Hoskins.
And you know what? I said this too to my dad. I think you can partially put the blame on Lindor because that really wasn't a good toss. I mean, we wouldn't be in the situation if he put it right in the right spot. He threw it a little low. McNeil had to adjust. If he throws that into his chest, we're not even worried about this. That's off the bag to first base. So, things could be. You can blame everyone.
Did you
But
see the John Boy?
I
Did you see
don't
the
like
John
Reese
Boy
Hoskins,
video?
so I'm not a fan.
Did you see the John Boy video?
No.
Okay. Apparently, the Mets are. I wouldn't necessarily say. They're not trying to break up double plays. That's where I kind of lose the sense of who's preaching, because then you see videos of McNeil kind of just ducking when the ball goes to second. Is it like a gamesmanship thing? Does the ghost of Ruben Tejada just still live in Queens? That's just where I'm so confused. But then you not only see McNeil doing it, you see guys like Marte doing it, and Lindor, and everybody else. That's where I'm just so confused.
Of what? Other guys doing this slide?
So I'll send you the video right now. It's a 20-minute video. I'm not expecting you to watch it, but there's sort of a... Oh, shit. Oh, Connor has came in. Are you ready?
Yeah.
He claims that the South Carolina spread is way too big. The biggest he sees them winning by is 8. NC State plus 11.5 might be the move.
There you go.
Might be the move. Anyway, whenever the Mets would ground into a double play, it seems that they kind of just ducked just to get out of the way. And I don't know if it's a gamesmanship thing or whatever, but I don't know. It's weird how they don't try to break up double plays.
Yeah, and it's partially the games got kind of soft. I mean, once they got rid of the running over the catcher rule, it's sort of trying to take all the contact out of the sport. Yeah, and it is a part of the gamesmanship. I mean, you got to think these guys are, what this is their livelihood. I mean, they got families to feed. You ruin a guy's career doing that. Look at Ruben Tejada; he hasn't come back.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I just don't know.
And also,
and
the fact that Utley's a Philly, Reese Hoskins a Philly, it's really only Phillies guys doing this with us, and I think that's a huge part of it is because it's like the guys who are most verbal about hating the Mets are the ones who come out here. And they do things like this.
I mean, we'll see. Do you agree with them throwing at him that late?
No, you're right. No, you're already down 4 runs. What is the point? What is the point? Really? What do you gain from that? You're like, oh, we got him. You're losing. He has 4 RBIs. You're losing 4-0, 5-0. What is the point? Really?
I don't know. Truly don't know. I don't get it. Go to the Yankees. They're 6-1. The New York Yankees are 6-1. I mean, what more do you want?
Yeah, no, they're off to a hot start. The pitching could be a little bit better, but that's all I have to say. I mean, Rodon's been a kind of a.
Rodon pitched good. He had one bad home run yesterday, but
and Nestor's. He hasn't.
Nestor's been rough. I'm liking how disciplined we are at the plate. I feel like that was a common theme last year of them just kind of swinging at pitches they shouldn't be looking at. They shouldn't be swinging at pitches they shouldn't be swinging at. Thank you. I'm liking the vibes. Verdugo says we're dogs. Juan Soto's been nothing short of phenomenal. Marcus Stroman's been great. I'm loving the new additions. Judge getting back on track. Started slow against Houston. Hit a home run yesterday against Arizona. The bullpen has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Ian Hamilton has been what another great find by the Yankees. They found this guy last year as what was he? He was like 30. How old is he? He's pretty young. Going through all those injuries, slumming it in AAA. Comes to the Yankees, he's making an impact.
Yeah.
Making an impact.
I think the only real, I mean, it is early, all right, and you're gonna see guys averages go up.
Don't get me wrong, it is early, yes.
Judge is batting 179. You're not gonna see that for much of the rest of the year, and I don't think Volpe finishes 409. But a guy that again we bring worry to every year because it just doesn't change. Giancarlo Stanton, 20 at bats, has 11 strikeouts. He's batting 150.
He's so bad. It's just,
I
think
this is gonna hurt you down the line. It always does.
I know. Well, here's the thing: is he the odd man out when Jason Dominguez comes back?
He's been the odd man out for 3 years, Stan. It's this contract that he has. That's the odd man out. You can't get rid of it. Like Roberto Luongo says. I mean, he's not going to say it, but the front office is saying my contract stinks. His contract for him's great, but he stinks.
Yeah, like Cashman literally said how, like we're just preparing for him to get hurt.
I mean, he's got 3 hits, a double, a home run, a single, and 11 strikeouts.
He has not been good. It just feels like that he's. I don't know what's up with him. I really don't know what's up with him. Someone tweeted the other day. Now I don't believe in this, but someone said, if someone kidnapped Mike Stanton, I'm 100% in. Oh no, season might be done.
What?
Aaron Judge has signed an endorsement deal with Prime.
It's over.
It's over. It's over. We're done.
You know when it's really over, Stan? When they put a Met uniform on. This team's killing me.
That's true.
Lindor batting .063. Nimmo batting .063. I hate Brett Beatty.
Luis Severino.
DJ Stewart 0 for 7, swinging 3-0. Like, what is his team?
DJ Stewart is a skinny Daniel Vogelbach.
Yeah, no, this team is it's something. And without Alvarez, we'd be. I mean,
Julio Martinez, David Martinez. Please save him.
Stinks. Oh my god.
So bad. Yankees
stinks.
I know the pitching's just been so terrible. The Yankees open up at home Friday against Toronto. Then they have another 3 games against the horrible Miami Marlins. They're 0-7.
Yeah, they're real bad.
They are bad, man. Oh god. And then they're at Cleveland, at Toronto. So it's a good start. It's a good start for the Yankees. Other baseball news. The Oakland A's are moving to Sacramento.
For 2 years.
2 years, and they're going to Vegas. I think with the way that this has been handled, it has not been handled well. I feel like with a franchise that has had this, like, how many World Series have they won in Oakland? I think they won 4 World Series in Oakland. They've won 8.
Beatty, let's go. RBI single.
Oh god, you scared the shit out of me.
Sorry.
God damn.
Alonso scores.
They won 4 World Series in Oakland. I think they won 4 World Series in Oakland and another 4 when they were in Philadelphia back in the day. But
that's Ricky Henderson's Coliseum. I mean, how are we really moving out of here? I can't believe they're moving out of Oakland. You can't, and it sucks because it's the way the ownership treated the team.
Yeah, I know.
And
John
it's
Fisher's
really
he's a fucking loser.
It's a disgrace to this fan base who has shown so much support for them over the years. And you even look opening day, there's more fans in the parking lot than in the stadium.
Yeah.
I think if you really if he gave a shit about his team, he would do something. What's their payroll? I mean, it's not even Judge's salary.
No, it isn't. He saw how the Warriors left Oakland to go to downtown did they go to downtown San Francisco?
I don't know.
I
don't like them.
They saw how we saw how the Raiders left Oakland to go to Vegas. I think that he felt the pressure. I just think that he wanted a relocation, and
I think he didn't realize what he had. And you see all these other teams. No. You see all these other teams leaving Oakland. You are Oakland now. This is you. You're the only one left, and you have a fan. You have a fan base that wants to back you up when you put a good product in the field. But when you AAA option a guy like Esturio Ruiz, who batting 427, whatever,
All because he's wearing a wristband.
I don't get it. I really don't get it.
I don't understand. I really don't understand. I mean, will it be like what are they going to be called? Are they going to be called the California A's those 2 years in Oakland? Are we seeing like a Washington football team situation where it's like they're going to be called this for 2 years until we move?
I don't know, and it's sad because they're going to go through a rebrand, and that is such an iconic jersey. It's one of the best in sports, arguably the best in baseball, and they're really just.
You think of the like the history too. Like, of course, you mentioned Ricky Henderson, even before Ricky Henderson, Reggie Jackson, then Mark McGwire, Jose Canseco, like Dennis Eckersley.
What they had in the early 2000s.
Moneyball.
I mean, go to what they had in the early 2000s. You had Donaldson, Cespedes. You at one point didn't they have Matt Olson, Matt Chapman? I mean, they've had
Sean Murphy.
They've had guys who can put product in the field, and they're not willing to pay them, and they just want to get rid of them. And this little Moneyball scheme they're trying to work on, it just doesn't work in today's game. And they've had the players, they've had the product. It's been they've won playoff games in the 2000s, and it's sad to see what's going on right now. It really is.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. Shout out PFT for leading the movement of betting against the A's against the spread every day in a fuck you to John Fisher and the Oakland A's. It made me a lot of money.
It's just, yeah, I don't know. I just feel bad for A's fans. I mean, I was on the A's in Little League. Like, it's just not.
The A's in Little League.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
unbelievable. It's sad. It's really sad. Any other baseball news? Although I did
Bryant's
see an
like
article.
0 for 14.
Dude, he's terrible. I mean, the Rockies are the Rockies are just as much as a shit show.
They got nothing. At least they're staying there, but they really got nothing.
Yeah, at least Denver's a good fucking sports town. Jesus. You saw that Verdugo article that came out in CBS Sports?
I did not.
Like, the Yankees were cracking down on how many chains Alex Verdugo actually wears.
That's unbelievable.
And then 25 minutes after that article came out, he just fucking cocked the home run.
I mean, that's the way to do it.
It's working. All right, yeah, baseball's back. I'm happy. Tim, not so much.
Let's talk about something you're not happy about. Julius Randle, done for the year.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. We kind of felt like it was coming. We saw that Begley spoke to Josh Hart, and Josh Hart said that he'd be pleasantly surprised if OG and Randle came back this year. I know Randle was pushing for a comeback, but I feel like once he heard that if he came back, there'd be like permanent damage on his shoulder, then he kind of was just like, yeah, let me just get the surgery, get reevaluated in 5 months, and then see where it goes from there.
Yeah, I think this isn't the year.
Let me get a charger. Here, hold up.
Yeah. This just isn't the year for the Knicks, and it sucks. I mean, they were on a hot streak. They were on a roll. They were third in the East, fourth in the East at one point. Injuries dwindling on them. I see this offseason for them as a real chance to boost that lineup. There's a lot of guys in free agency they can go after that. I mean, I know they're good now, but
I kind of like the team the way it is.
You can add a couple bench rotation guys, maybe a good, I don't know, could you get a better 3-and-D?
So, the thing with that is Hartenstein is a free agent. So maybe, they've expressed interest in him coming back, but
what are the other center free agent options?
Let's see. They have Jericho Sims, but
trade for the first pick, get Alexander Sarr. That kid from France is going to be nice. Mobile center, can shoot the ball.
I'm going to say it. This draft class sucks.
Other than him, yep. I really think Stan, he's going to be a heavy impact player in the NBA. I think he is exactly what you're looking for in a center nowadays. He's mobile, he's quick, he can shoot, stretches the floor well. It's like a better offensive Miles Turner, maybe worse defensively, but he's young.
All right, here are the center free agents. James Wiseman, who is an RFA,
Ew.
so I'm trying to find.
Ew.
Yeah, I know. Nick Claxton's a UFA. Hartenstein's a UFA. Daniel Tice, UFA. Mason Plumlee, UFA.
You already said the name.
Who, Mason
You want
Plumlee?
Claxton.
No, I don't want Nick Claxton.
If you guys
Fuck
got
out.
Claxton, Stan, I mean, is that just hatred of the Nets? I like the way Claxton plays.
I like the way he plays too, but you're not like who's gonna start, Mitch or fucking Nick Claxton?
Well, if you're losing Hartenstein, I mean, I don't know. Who would you rather start, Mitchell Robinson or Nick Claxton?
I'd rather start Mitchell Robinson. I'd
gotta
rather
watch
start Mitch
Claxton.
in all honesty.
I mean, nobody
like the way
watches
Nick
Nets
Clax-
games, so
Yeah, not even Net fans watch Net games.
Shout out Pete Murray.
Yeah. Shout out Matt Luzzy, also a Net fan.
Shout out my brother. It just isn't gonna happen.
That's a Net fan.
Yeah,
That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. So he went to Islander games in Brooklyn and was just like, wow.
he's got Nets hats, man. Yeah, the Barclays Center, baby. Yeah, that
This is
stinks. I mean,
isn't
that's a
it?
tough look. My dad for a while was a Nets fan. He's like, "Yeah, we're at Barclays. We're for the Nets." Went like
That's what
3 times.
that's-
Went 3
that-
times. Like
when I was
still don't matter.
when I was younger, when like NYCFC would play games, played all their games at Yankee Stadium. I was like, no, they play at Yankee Stadium. Those are my guys.
They are my guys. I got the scarf and everything.
Yeah,
I'm for the
it
football
just
club.
it sucks that Randall's out, but right. I still like the way the team goes. If OG comes back, then I'm confident in a playoff run. But if he isn't back by playoffs, we're fucked.
Simple as that. I think Orlando beats you
Simple as
without
that.
them.
Maybe they might. I don't know.
Who's guarding Paolo?
Exactly. All right. Yeah, you got a point. It's gonna be Josh Hart more than likely.
that's- As much as I love Josh Hart, I don't know. Paolo's a big boy. You've seen it firsthand.
Oh yes, I have. I don't want to go against him. I love
Would you
that
be
man
mad
too much.
if he like went on a run and beat you guys and then won the next round? Would you be like super mad, or would you be like, we were injured and now Paolo's going crazy? Like, I got my Paolo jersey on.
Tip of the cap.
Fan from the rafters.
I'd give a tip of the cap.
Fan from the
Give a tip of
rafters.
the cap. Yeah. I'll root for him in secret. I'll just be like, you know what? Look at my boy go.
That's the,
I won't
when-
be, I
what if he won the
I won't be
final? I mean, would you be going crazy if he was came
I
out
would
of the
not
East?
be going. All right, I would not be going crazy. Let's.
Paolo drops 50 in the finals, and you're not sitting there going, "Oh my god, that's my boy."
If I bet his PRA, then yeah, yeah.
that's the only way.
Yeah, that'll go crazy. Any other NBA news before we
Cavs need to get their shit together.
look at the
Milwaukee
standings?
is 15-15 since signing Doc Rivers. Yeah, that's just real good on his resume.
This has conference semifinal exit written all over.
This has conference, maybe first round exit. I mean, they stink. They just lost to Memphis and Washington.
Embiid's back.
Yeah.
Forgot to mention, Joel Embiid is back.
How much would I bet he gets hurt in like the next 3 games?
I think he stays healthy, and I hope they match up with the Bucks because that'd just be awesome.
Nah, I don't want to play him if he's healthy. We're gonna get cooked.
I mean, I kind of want the Sixers to beat the Bucks. It's just like the perfect revenge story, you know.
I want them to beat
Not-
the Celtics.
But right now they're slated in the play-in, so they would probably have to beat the Pacers to get a look at the Bucks. Yeah,
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I want to see the Sixers beat them. I want to see the Sixers beat the Bucks because that'd just be awesome. It's beautiful poetry if the Sixers knock out Doc Rivers. That'd be awesome. Wait, speaking of the NBA, did you see what Ryan Russillo said?
No.
I don't know if this is like a meme or not, or if it's like because I know Russillo's a troll. Ryan Russillo turned off Iowa LSU to watch the Trailblazers and the Magic. I think that's okay, and you should think it's okay too.
Nobody's watching the Trailblazers play the Magic. Not even Trailblazers fans.
Dude, Russillo's a sicko, and I love him. I love Ryan
That's
Russillo.
what Bobby Ryan said.
Oh yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Oh, Bobby Ryan.
Fuck that guy. Yeah, like stop. Um,
Scored
we
like
go to the
40 though.
West. We go to the West. The Mavericks move up to the 5 seed as the Clippers are slowly but surely tumbling down a little bit, don't you think? I kind of.
Well, I mean, yeah, they're not sitting pretty, but the Lakers, if you look at them, they are fighting tooth and nail right now.
I mean, the play-in looks on the West. I think it looks pretty. It just depends on seeding.
The thing is, if
'Cause I
the
think it's
Lakers,
gonna
if the Lakers have to play the Warriors, right? The Warriors are still in. Where are the Lakers at now? They're 9.
Yeah, they're 9.
Well, the Warriors 10.
Warriors are 10. Yes, Phoenix 8, Sacramento 7.
Warriors beat Sacramento. And I don't know. If Steph gets hot, I could see him moving on, but we'll see. This team stinks, so
I don't know who. I don't even know who comes out of that. I mean, East play-in. I think it goes Sixers play the Bucks, and then I think the Pacers play the Celtics.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you.
And then
I
here,
think the
I
play-in
don't
is
have a fucking
horrible in the
clue.
East.
Yeah, the
All
play-in's
these
terrible
teams
in the
are.
East.
All these playing teams in the West would smoke the playing teams in the East.
We'll see.
Maybe not the Sixers, but I don't know.
That West play-in is going to be hell.
Yeah, no, especially for Lakers fans. So shout out them.
Yeah. Shout out Laker fans. Let's go to the NHL. What a game! Just what a game for the sport last night between the Rangers and the Devils.
Yeah, no, it was a barn burner. I mean, there was a ton of fights. The goal scoring was there. The electricity was there. Late goal by the Rangers. It was a good game to watch.
It was a very fun game to watch. And now the Rangers, dare I say, I'll say it. They're the favorites to win the President's Trophy. They have a 3-point lead with 106 points. Boston in second with 103.
I don't have anything to say about it.
We'll see. Obviously, in the back of your mind, there's the curse, the President's Trophy curse, where it's there. I feel like, here's the thing, and now I don't speak for teams that have fans of teams that have won the President's Trophy in recent years, but it kind of feels like if you win the President's Trophy, you have it in your head, like full-fledged, almost like a cult. Like, no, we're breaking this. Like, we're breaking this curse. Because that's honestly how I feel right now. I mean,
look at Tampa's historic run. They lost to Columbus in 4.
Yeah, and they got swept.
You never know.
I don't know. We'll see. Right now, the Rangers slated to play the Capitals in the first round, while it goes Carolina, Philly, Boston, Tampa as the first wild card, Florida, Toronto. Ooh, that's gonna be fun. I hope that happens.
Yeah,
that'll be a fun game.
Toronto's out if they have to play Florida. I think Toronto's the odd man out in that little division over there.
Okay. West, if it ended right now, the Stars, who are the best team in the Western Conference, will play the Kings, who are the second wild card. Then it goes Colorado, Winnipeg. Vancouver plays the first wild card in Nashville, and then Edmonton, Vegas is your
it's going to be nuts if that happens.
Woof. I'm excited. It's about to be that time.
Yeah, and maybe for the Islanders, as they are right on the outside, Stan. They are on the outside looking in, but tonight is a big night if you're an Islanders fan. We need some things to happen. We do need some things to happen. Pittsburgh needs to win tonight. They've been hot. Sidney Crosby is like a man on a mission right now trying to make this playoffs.
Yeah.
If he can get it done against Washington, who hasn't been great of late, they lost 6-2 to Buffalo 2 days ago. Isles beat Columbus. We're in a playoff spot, baby. We got a tough road to finish the year. They got a tough road to finish the year. The Isles got, after Columbus, it's Nashville, who's been unbelievably hot. But if we win tonight, that's 3 in a row. So we'll be right there with them. They got a 2-day break. They got the Rangers at home. That's a huge. They got to win that game. That's a huge game.
That's big.
They take one for the Rangers. That'd be huge.
Sunday or
2 days later?
when?
It's April
Tuesday.
9th. April 9th on Tuesday. They got April 11th, Montreal. And the Rangers again, April 13th on a Saturday. Jersey and finish the year with Pittsburgh. If they can go on a little bit of a run here, Stan, just a little bit of a run. They have a legitimate shot, a legit shot of that third spot in the Metro Division. That third spot in the Metro.
I feel like there's...
Take a live look at it.
I took a look at it. I
They got
I
a
did
game
take
at
a
hand.
look at
They got
it.
a game at hand on Philly, with 2
Mhm.
points behind them. I mean, they're right there. Washington, yeah, 2 games at hand, but they got Pittsburgh tonight. That's a tough matchup, especially with a team that hasn't really been winning lately, and their goal differential is minus like 35.
Fair.
The way that look at the teams ahead. Detroit's been bad in their last few. I mean, look at their last 10. What's Detroit in their last 10? Detroit's 4-4-2. Washington
Yeah,
6-3-1. They're on a 1-game winning streak.
no.
House 4-5-1.
Yeah.
I don't know, Stan. We got a good shot here.
Oh God, I just don't
Look at
want.
Philly. Look at Philly. Philly's 2-5-3.
I know. Yeah, they've been bad. I just don't want. Uh,
We're gonna
what
kick your
might
ass.
happen.
We're gonna kick your
I-
ass if it happens.
I that again. We said it last year. It might break podcast. It truly will.
Listen, if we don't beat you, we're gonna beat you. We're gonna run you through a wall, and you're gonna have nothing left in the next round. So either way, you're not
just
coming out on
said
top
if,
here.
If we don't
No, I said
beat
if we
you,
don't
we
beat
will
you,
beat-
we're gonna beat you. We will beat you like physically. We will beat you down. You know how it's gonna happen. It's gonna be a physical game. That fourth line's gonna play 20 minutes. They're gonna throw the body.
Oh God, it's gonna be a show. It's gonna be a show, as hockey playoffs are always. It's definitely gonna be a show. Is that it? What I saw, and then we're out of here, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. What I saw. LaGuardia Airport. Guess I texted you. I saw Patrick Ewing at LaGuardia Airport.
I mean, that's crazy.
I know. Oh yeah, it was. The story of how we saw him too was very funny, based on the fact that my dad and I went to the wrong gate, and then we had to walk back to the right gate, which was past TSA, and then we saw him. I was like, "Oh shit, Pat Ewing, what's going on?" And he was like, "Oh, what's up?" And I kept on walking.
I mean, at least
He
you
was with
saw
his-
him.
Hey, we saw him. We spoke to him. Great dude. He looks good, because when he was coaching at Georgetown, he was not there.
But now
He
he's
wasn't
back.
there. He's back now, so good for him. Tim, I also sent this to you. My next one I saw is Chris Smoove. He is a staple of our childhood. Of viewers'
Splash.
Did you see what I sent you yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, Stan, that's a classic. That's like 2K14.
No, but him playing this current 2K.
Oh, I didn't even see him play the current 2K one. Wait.
Oh my God, I sent it
I'm
to
looking
you.
at it
Just
right now.
play it on the microphone. He's guarding Josh Giddey.
I'm pulling it up.
We can't even hear it. Oh, you got it.
I'm
Okay.
pulling it up. I'm pulling it up.
He's being guarded by Josh Giddey, and
One rebound.
Damn. Damn.
I know what you did last summer.
That's crazy.
It's fucking insane. I was fucking crying.
That's
Oh my
crazy.
God, that was so fun. I know what you did last summer. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that is insane.
Connor's picks are in NC State plus 11.5, and he said to take Iowa. He thinks that they are destined. Now that they
Not
beat
happening.
LSU. I'll take Iowa. I mean,
Stan, what I saw is shout out to
Yeah,
my
let's get
grandpa
going. Let's start
Alan
off with
from Hershey. I saw him over Easter. He told me to shout out the Hershey Bears. They were on a roll in the Calder playoffs in the AHL. So shout out the Hershey Bears.
My next one I saw is the transfer portal.
Bronny
Uh,
James.
Bronny James transfer. Bronny James transfer. That's
They
big.
get you.
That's big. I think it comes down to 3 teams. I think it comes down to SMU, where his old coach, where his coach at USC is now hired at. Ohio State, duh. It's Ohio State. Braun, of course.
He's going to Ohio
And
State.
Do not sleep on Duquesne. That's all I'm going to say.
He's going to Ohio State.
Do not sleep on Duquesne, though. Duquesne might be a legit look. It might be a legit look.
Just
'Cause
because of his coach, I know, but I don't
let's just
think
put it.
so.
Let's just put it this way. Let me just put it this way. Our parents made us go on visits to colleges that we did not want to go to, and we still went to them. Bronny doesn't want to go to Duquesne, but he might visit Duquesne as a formality to Drew Joyce.
Fair, but his dad want to go to Ohio
Fair.
State. He's going to Ohio State. I mean, come on.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. He's probably going to go to Ohio State, but we'll see what happens.
He's
We'll see
going to
what
Ohio
happens.
State.
Also, did you see? I don't think I ever told you about this. Do you know that there's going to be like a Tom Petty country tribute album
I did
coming
not know
out in
that.
May? Yeah, I did not. I think I. The list is like stacked, like Midland singing "Mary Jane's Last Dance,"
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
I'm very interested to hear how that's going to go. Where is it? Had it, then I lost it. Oh, here we go. Oh, but there's no. I got a Tom Petty tribute album. Yeah, so there's a lot of. Let's see. I know Chris Stapleton's in it. Luke Combs is in it. Dierks Bentley, American Girl. I think that's already out. Yeah. Running Down a Dream, Luke Combs. Here
They did
Comes
the
My
same
Girl,
thing for Brooks
Justin
and Dunn.
Moore.
Is he also on? He's on the album too, right? He's in the songs with him because Brooks and Dunn did the same thing.
Oh yeah. My Noted Judd's in it.
Oh my god.
My goat George Strait is in it as well.
Oh, George Strait's great.
Tim, if neither of our teams are in the Stanley Cup final, I say we go see him in MetLife with Chris Stapleton.
Yeah, just the Isles will be in the cup.
Or the Rangers. We'll see. I mean,
Isles.
New York City FC tickets are $21 if you want to sit by the dugout at Citi Field. Going up against Atlanta United. Oh my god. I cannot believe that we have a soccer team. Or do you want to go to the WNBA draft? See Caitlin Clark get drafted.
I'm okay. Sorry, but I'm okay.
At the Brooklyn Academy of Music. Why is like all the NBA drafts in Brooklyn? Whatever. That's gonna wrap it up. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube, leave a comment on this video. Be sure to follow us and rate us on Spotify.
5 stars.
5 stars only. And we will see you guys Tuesday, where we will have an eventual national champion. And it will be the Purdue Boilermakers.
Alabama.
Calling it.
Roll
Calling it.
Tide.
Calling it. All right. Peace out, guys.